Hello aspirants, welcome back to the Metis IAS NCERT Foundation course for the UPSC Civil Services examination. NCERT builds your basics. UPSC tests your ability to apply them. Today is day 6th and we are studying a very important chapter, that is chapter 5 Panchayati Raj. This chapter is extremely relevant for UPSC because it introduces democracy at the grassroots level. UPSC tests this chapter in prelims, mains, and the interview because this is where democracy becomes governance. So, let us begin with a simple democratic logic, that is why Panchayati Raj. That is why Panchayati Raj. Let us begin with a simple democratic logic, that is why Panchayati Raj. Democracy does not exist only in parliament or state assemblies. Democracy must exist where people actually live, that is, villages, towns, and local communities. This need created the idea of local government. NCERT explains the local government allows people to discuss problems, take decisions, and plan development for their own areas. This is called grassroots democracy. That is called as grassroots democracy. From the UPSC perspective, this connects directly with GS2 themes, mains GS2 paper themes like participation, accountability, and democratic deepening. UPSC asked in mains 2015 GS2 paper, that is the one question, discuss the role of local bodies in strengthening democracy in India. Discuss the role of local bodies in strengthening democracy in India. UPSC asked in mains 2015 GS paper 2. So what you are reading in class 6th NCERT is tested much later in GS2 mains UPSC CSE. So, but before introducing Panchayati Raj, India had highly centralized administration. Officials sitting at the state or central level took decisions for villages, often without understanding local realities. This is the important point. Officials sitting at the state or central level took decisions for villages, often without understanding local realities. So, UPSC describes this as centralized planning without local participation. Centralized planning without local participation. This theme appeared in mains 2018 GS paper 2 in a question on bottom up governance and cooperative federalism. Bottom up governance and cooperative federalism. So, to fix this democratic and administrative gap, India introduced the system of Panchayati Raj. Panchayati Raj means rule by elected councils at the village level. What is meant by Panchayati Raj? Rule by elected councils at the village level. NCERT gives three clear reasons. Those are to deepen democracy, to include more people in decision making, and to make development responsive to local needs. These three remain UPSC themes even today. NCERT presents the three-tier structure of Panchayati Raj institutions. Gram Panchayati at village level, Panchayat Samiti at block level, and Zila Parishad at a district level. Notice the bottom-up flow, that is village, block, and district. This allows governance to scale upwards. This allows governance to scale upwards. This entire structure was later constitutionalized through the 73rd Constitutional Amendment in 1992. This entire structure was later constitutionalized through the 73rd Constitutional Amendment Act in 1992. UPSC repeatedly tests this amendment in prelims. Relevant PYQs are included below. Those are in prelims 2015, they asked about devolution of powers. In 2017, they asked about 11th schedule. In 2020, they asked about State Election Commission versus Election Commission of India. In 2021, Panchayati Raj Institution functions and powers. So they are asked again and again regarding these themes about Panchayati Raj. So this is not just NCERT. This is high yield polity. This is high yield polity. NCERT gives special importance to the Gram Sabha. So we have to discuss about role of Gram Sabha. It includes all adult voters of a village. The Gram Sabha includes all adult voters of a village. The Gram Sabha functions like this: approves plans, selects beneficiaries, and monitors the Panchayat. These are the functions. Few. In UPSC language, the Gram Sabha is a mechanism of direct participation and grassroots accountability. In UPSC language, let we simply let me simplify this. The Gram Sabha is a mechanism of direct participation and grassroots accountability. In UPSC asked in mains 2015, how does the Gram Sabha contributed to participatory democracy? UPSC asked in mains 2015 one question that is related to Gram Sabha. Please check the question once. How does the Gram Sabha contribute to participatory democracy? Like the parliament and assemblies, Panchayati Raj institutions also hold regular elections. NCERT highlights reserved seats for SCs, means scheduled castes, STs, scheduled tribes, and women. This ensures democracy is not just representative but also socially inclusive. So UPSC connects this with GS2 theme, that is social justice. Mains 2021 tested women's participation in local bodies. So now the key question is, why does UPSC care so much about Panchayati Raj? Why does UPSC care so much about Panchayati Raj? Because real development happens locally. Parliament may create policy, but governance executes through local bodies. Governance executes through local bodies. Schools, water supply, nutrition, housing, sanitation, roads, and welfare schemes, etc. This gives us a crucial distinction. Policy is made at the top, governance happens at the bottom. UPSC trains U for governance, not just policy theory. So we have to examine the one case of decentralization. UPSC gives three classical arguments for decentralization: better information, local locals know their needs, better implementation, shorter distances, less delay, better accountability, decision makers free and face the public directly. These three lines alone can fetch marks in GS2 mains. So you have to keep an eye on this better information, better implementation, and better accountability words. In mains 2020, directly tested in incomplete devolution of PRIs, that is Panchayati Raj Institutions. Although NCERT keeps keeps it light, UPSC expects the full constitutional layer. The 73rd Amendment granted constitutional status, regular elections, reservation, devolution of powers, finance mechanisms, 11th schedule. All these have appeared in prelims previous year questions. Previous year's questions. In the UPSC interview, boards test implementation sense, not definitions. Common questions include like why do village level schemes fail? How do panchayats empower women? Why is physical decentralization necessary? Can panchayats reduce rural conflict? These questions test your understanding of how the state works on the ground. These questions test your understanding of how the state works on the ground. This is grassroots level. Panchayati Raj is the bridge between democracy and development. Without participation, there is no democracy. Without implementation, there is no development. Remember this frame, it helps across prelims, mains, and interview. To summarize, Panchayati Raj deepens grassroots democracy, enables direct participation, improves representation, strengthens accountability, facilitates planning, gains a constitutional backing, and is tested across UPSC stages. This entire chapter summarized into these 6 lines. So you have to keep in mind. Your task is simple. Write short notes on why local government matters, role of Gram Sabha, significance of the 73rd Amendment. Observe how NCERT transforms into UPSC governance. In the next class, we will study how local governments and states fit into the larger Indian federal system. In the next class, we will study about how local governments and states fit into the larger Indian federal system. Until then, revise slowly, think clearly. Metis IAS, where concepts becomes marks and clarity becomes your competitive advantage. Thank you.